So where if I was talking about the deletion part from our BST, let's say if it is a leaf node, I can directly delete that node. Let's say if it is 4, I want to delete 14. Yes, I can delete 14. If I want to delete 9, I can delete 9. I can delete 7. I can delete 21. Okay, I can directly delete 21. I can write 18's right part, it is null. 15's left part, it is null. 18's right part null. 18's left part null. I can directly do that. But if it is not a leaf node, let's say it is having only one child, there will be three cases. Either it is a leaf node, either it is having one child, or it is having two child. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do it for the if it is having only one child. So for that, let's say I'm talking about the deletion and I want to delete 18. So 18 is having only one child. So if 18 is having only one child, so for in that case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to directly delete 18. I'm going to add 21 here. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm deleting this node, and now 15's right will be pointing to this 21. Okay. Now if we see, yes, it is a BST because 21 is greater than 15, 14 is less than 15, and 15 is greater than 10. Okay. Because if it, let's say if there is a node, let's say it is 5 here and 4 here, let's say 5 and 4 here, and what I'm going to do, if I want to delete 7, I can directly say that now 8's left should point to this 5. Okay. If we see again in this case, yes, it is a BST because 5 is less than that 8 and 4 is less than that 5. Yes, all the data into this left part, it is greater than, it is lesser than that 10, and all the data into its right part, it is greater than that 10. Okay. If it is not a case, let's say I want to delete 10 from here. If I want to delete 10 from here, so I should be having some value so that I can swap that value from with the 10, and I can remove that node. Let's say I want to, if I can have, as we have talked about in the case of heap, what we were doing, we were we are swapping this value, that root node of that value, or it could be 8 here. Let's say if I want to delete 8, so I should be having some value so that I can swap it with that and I can delete that node. So I want a leaf node for that, because if I swap this value if with a leaf node, then I can delete that leaf node directly. Okay, because we all know that I can delete my leaf node directly. There's no need of doing anything. So for replacing this, we have an algorithm. Either we can remove it with the in order successor or in order predecessor. So what in order predecessor or in order successor is, we are going to talk about that as well in this case. So in order successor is in order. Let's talk about the predecessor first. Let's say in order predecessor is, so first I'll go, if I'm talking about predecessor, I'll go first into its left part, then I'm going to go into its right part and right part until its right part does not get into null. Because if we why it is an in order predecessor, because if we try to traverse it in the in order form, so it will go 7, 8, 9, 10. So 9 is the data that is going to come before 10 in the in order predecessor. That is, so I can swap this, and 9 can come here, and 10 can I'll replace 10 here, although I do not need to do that. If I'll write 9 here, and I'm going to delete this value with that. Okay. So if 9 comes here, yes, 9, 8 and 7, that is lesser than this value, and 15, 14 and 18, 21, that is greater than this node. Okay. Although I can use in order successor as well, because in order successor is the node. If we write in order traversal, in that the node, that value that is going to come after, just after that root node, just after that node, that will be the in order successor. In this case, the 14 will be in order successor. Let's write the in order traversal for that. The 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 18 and 21. Either I can replace it with the 9, or I can replace it with the 14. Okay. These two are the data, because that successor or predecessor, these both will be these two both will be the leaf node. Why? Because it will not have anything in this its right and left and right side. Okay. So how I'm going to find my, let's say I'm going to use my in order successor here. So how I'm going to get my the address of that in order successor here. So how I'm going to do that? I'm going to find. I'm going to do that using, let's say 10. I'm going to do that if I want to know the in order successor for this node. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to go into its right part. I'll go into its right part first, and then I'm going to go. I'll go into its left part, left part, left part. Let's say it is 13 here. So first I'll go into its right part, uh, then I'm going to go into its left part, left part, left part until its left is not null. So if it is its left is null, so it means it is our in order successor. Okay. So what is the concept behind the in order successor and predecessor? Because if I want to find in order predecessor, what it means because it is that all the values that it is less than this 10. So if I want to find in order predecessor, what it means in its left part, which one is the maximum value? So if I want to do the maximum value for which I can remove, means with which I can swap this value either in its part. If I'm going to go in its left part, I'm going to get the maximum value. If I'm going to go in its right part, I'm going to look for the minimum value. First, I'm going to if I'm looking for predecessor, I'll go into its left part and I'll keep on going its right and right and right, because in its left part, the right and right will be the rightmost value will be the maximum value, and into its right part, the leftmost value will be the maximum value. Sorry, the minimum value, because all these values are the greater than 10, and in this part, if I'm looking for the minimum value, and if in this part I'm looking for the maximum value. Okay, is it clear with everyone now? The concept. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to design a recursive solution here. Again, I'm going to do that thing again. Let's say I want to delete 18 here. So here it will be three case. Let's say I'm passing my root node through that root node through that function. So what that function will do, it will compare 18 with 10. If it is less than 18, it will send into 18 into its left part. If it is greater than 10, it will send into its right part. So 18 is right now greater than 10, so it will send into its right part. Again, it will come to a 15. Again, the 15 is going to check whether 18 is greater than me or lesser than me. Either it is equal to me. So 15 is not equal to 18, so it is greater than 18. So again, it is going to come into its right part. So again, 18 is going to come here. Again, 18 is going to be checked whether 18 is greater than this node or lesser than this node. No, it is not greater than or it is not the lesser than that node. It is equal to that node. The third condition, if it is not lesser than or greater than that, it means it is equal to that node. So for that case, it is going to check. Let's say if it is its left part is null. Let's say in this case, if it is its left part is null, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to return its right part into it. I'm going to return my right part, address of my right part, and I'm going to delete this node. Okay. If my right part is null, let's say my right part is null here. In that case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to return my address of my left node. Although it is null, that does not mean anything. Let's say 21 is not here, and I'm going to check whether my right part is null. Yes, at this time my right part is null. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to return 18's left part. 18's left part is null. So if I delete 18 from here, if it returns 18's left, it will return to 15. It will return that null value. Okay. So 15's right will be null. Okay. Although if it is not the case, if its left or right is not null, it means both is having some child, means it is having two child, and its left and right is not null. So in that case, what I'm going to do, it was 13 here, I think so. Yes. So in that case, what I'm going to do, let me erase this first. So in that case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to, let's say I want to delete 15 here. For 15, what will be your in order successor? Let's say, because 15 is, let's say I want to delete 15, 15 will come to 10, 10 will send it to its right part because 15 is greater than 10. So again, it is going to come here. So 15 is going to compare it with the 15. So 15 is equal to 15. So it is going to check 15's left is null. No, 15's left is not null. 15's right is null. So 15's right is not null. So the third condition will arrive here. It means that both child is present here. So what it is going to check, first it is going to see its in order successor because we are talking about in order successor here. So 18's, so it will go to, if we are talking about in order successor, first it will go into its right part, then it is going to go into its left part because its left is null. It means that that 18 is its left order in order successor. Okay. So it is going to, in that case, what it is going to do, it is going to, swap 15 with the 18 and going to delete 18 again. For that node, if I want to delete 18 here, so I'm going to call my delete function for 18. So 18's left is now null. So if it is left is null, it is going to return the address of its right node. So 15's, in the 15's right, the address of 21 will be stored. Is it clear now? The concept or the algorithm of this delete function? Or so what I'm going to do, I'm going to code it. So see it once, one by one, how 15 is deleted. Okay. Okay, Shrey Singh, all clear, but is asking how 15 is deleted. Let's see. Again, let's see this. Okay. So 15 will be called with the root. So it is going to compare with the 10, whether 15 is greater than 10. Yes, 15 is greater than 10. So it will come into its right part. Again, it will check whether 15 is greater than 10. 15, no. 15 is less than 15, no. It means that 15 is equal to 15. So what in that case, what it is going to check? Again, what we are talking about, if its left is null, so return the address of its right part, because if its left is not null, so it is not going to return the address of its right part. If its right is null, return the address of its left part. No, it is right, its right is also not null. So in that case, what I'm going to look for, I'm going to look for its in order successor. Okay, for in order successor, what I'm going to do, for that 15's in order successor is 18. What if 18 also had a left child? Okay, let's say if 18's left had an, okay, if we're talking about if 18 is having a left child, let's say it is having a left child that is 17. Okay, okay, man, it is, you are asking if 18 is having also a left child. So in that case, 15 is going to look for its in order successor. So in that case, the left or the in order successor would not be 18, it will be 17, because first we go into its right part, then we'll keep on going into its left part. So we are going to do it with the, we are going to swap with, or we are going to update 15 with the 17, because let's say, because 17 will be in its in order successor. So I'm going to replace 15 with the 17. Let's say 17 is also here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call my delete function for this node as again, because we all know the address of this node. I'm going to remove this node again. I'm going to call my function for this node again. So in that case, if its left child is null, sorry, if its left child is null, so it is going to return the address of its left child. Sorry, it's, if its left is null, it is going to return the address of its right. Although it can be anything, because its left and right both is null. So it is going to return a null here, and its null will be stored into 18. Okay. And but if you are asking about 15, so 15 will be deleted. If 17 would not be here, let's say 17 is not here, 17 is not here, can we call in order predecessor? Yes, you can call in order predecessor as well. It is predecessor. You can do it with the help of predecessor or successor both. The concepts will not make any change. Although that node will be the structure of that BST will be changed, but that will be a BST in all the cases. Okay, let's quickly do it for the both in order successor and both predecessor, successor and predecessor. Let's do it for both. Let's quickly design a remove function because let's say void remove here. Let's say I want to delete the data. I'm passing data to it. First check whether our root is not null. Leave that. Will not change the solution. You can check that if root is equal to null, in that case will not do anything. If root is null, we don't need to do anything. Okay, leave that. Print and sheet. Okay, do not do anything. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to call my delete function with the help of, let's say I'm going to create a delete function, delete bst, and I'll pass my root through it, and I'll pass the data. Okay, because our root is private, so I cannot use outside in the main function. So for that I'm using my remove function. So remove function will call that delete bst, as well as we call it will return the address, the root node. It might be updated. So tree node star delete bst tree node star root int data. Okay, so in this case what I'm going to check, if my root equals to null, first return me. Okay, if root is equal to null, return root or null. The same thing. If roots data, if roots data is greater than the data, if the roots data is greater than the data, it means I'll go into my left side because I'm less than my roots data. So again, roots left will store the address of this. What it will return, let's say I'll pass my roots left and I'll pass my data to. Okay, it's the same thing what we are doing in the case of insertion. If roots data, else if roots data is less than that data. If the roots data is less than that data, it means that it is in the right side. It is in the right side of that tree. So call the right side of the tree. Sorry, right data. Okay. If both condition does not satisfy, it means roots data is equal to data. So in that case, what I'm going to check again, I'm going to check if roots left is null. If roots left is null, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to store first my roots right part because I'll be deleting my root. First store my roots right part. Let's create a tree node temp here and store that roots right part into that. Okay. Roots right part into that and delete that temp here. Sorry, delete that root node here and return the address of, because if root node is null, sorry, if roots left is null, I should be returning the address of my roots right, and I should be deleting that root. For that, I'm first storing my roots right because I have to return my roots right. So I'm storing that into temp, and for that, after that, I'm deleting that root and returning that temp from here. Okay. Again, if roots left is not null, I'm going to check my if my roots right is equal to null. My roots right is equal to null. If my roots right is equal to null, then again I'm going to say that create a temp node because this time I have to return my roots left. Okay. Store my roots left now and delete root and return roots, sorry, return temp from here. If both are the not case, it means it will come now into line number 122, because it will return from here, so I do not need to use else part. It will come only if both condition will not satisfy here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to first find my, in that case I'm going to check my what is the case. It means it's left and right is not null. I have to check my in order predecessor or successor. Let's say if root, okay, if roots right is also null when roots left is null, that does not matter. Let's say if you're talking about this case, let's say I want to delete 9 and I'm checking roots left is null. In that case it will say yes, roots left is null, so it is going to return the address of roots right. So roots right is also null, so it is going to return the address of roots right. So in the 8's right, the null will be stored. Of course it will be null only. Okay, is that clear with everyone? So what I'm going to do now, if both are not the case, if it's left and right child exists, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to check what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a function that will tell the address of in order predecessor. Let's say successor suc in order suc. Let's say in order suc, and I'm going to pass my root through it. What this will do? Sorry, if I'm checking for, let's say I'm checking for 10 tens in order successor. If I'm going to pass my tens right here, because tens right exists, because tens right is not null, so I'm going to, if I'm going to pass my tens right, so what this function should do, this function should keep on checking its left and left and left, and it should return that address of that left node. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pass roots right here. Let's say I'm going to design my this function tree node. Okay, let me open my chat again. Okay, it is fine here. So where I was here. So in order suc, so what I'm going to see here, I'm passing my root node through it. Let's say I'm calling it root node itself. So I'm going to check, I'm going to call a while loop here until my root and roots left is not null. Let's say until my roots left is not null. For roots, and if I'm checking for roots left, I should be checking for root as well. Until my roots left is not null, what you need to do, root is equal to roots left. And if roots left is null, return root. Okay, is that fine for everyone? The in order successor function. What I'm doing here, I'm not doing anything. I'm just keep on iterating from roots left, roots left, roots left until roots left is not null. If roots left is null, that means, let's say I'm looking for 10. I passed the address of 17 here. So what I'm doing, keep on going 17's left, that is 14, 14's left, that is 13. If its left is null, if 13's left is null, return the address of 13. It means in the case of 10, the 13 will be in order predecessor, in order successor, sorry. If you are looking for in order predecessor, what you need to do in this case, here we are going to pass roots left, and in this case here we are going to go, now you have passed the address of 8 and you have to go from 8's right and right. So here you are going to root right and here right, and you will be returned from root here. Is that clear with everyone, the in order successor function? Or do anybody is having any problem here? If it is clear, I can okay, Stage saying it is clear. Now come to our function again. So what I'm saying, if I'm in the successor, I'm having the address of that successor. Let's say I'm deleting 8, 10 here. So in the successor, I'll be having the address of 13. So what I'm going to do here, into roots data, because in the roots data, I'm going to store the address, store the value, means I'm going to replace the roots data with the successor data. Okay. And again, what I'm going to do, I'm going to call my function because I have replaced it with the successors data. So I want to delete now successors data. So I know where my successor exists. It will be existed in its right part. So again, I'm going to say roots right is equal to sorry, roots right is equal to delete bst roots right and data. Sorry. Now I'm deleting my successors data. Now I want to delete that node, that successors node, because root node I have already updated, and the successor node that is there, that is a duplicacy, because 13 is here also, 13 is here also. I want to delete 13. So again, I'm calling my function delete bst for from here, because it will be stored into its left part, into its right part. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to call into its right part. I'm going to store the address of this node, means what the delete bst will return here. Okay. Again, I'll be returning my root from here, because I should be returning something. Okay. Let's see whether we are getting the correct output or not. Then we'll talk about the function again. If anybody is having any problem, b dot remove. Let's say I'm trying to remove 25 here. Shrey, can you write your question again? Okay, as we have to just delete a node, can we delete sir? Okay, let's say here a node is, let's say, okay, I'll answer the Smith this way. I'm answering, Shrey, I'm answering you first, then Smith, then Mang will surely get his answer. Let's say I'm going to write, let's say, sorry, it cannot 20 here. Let's say 2 is here and 13 is here. Okay, and 15 is here. Okay, so you are saying, can we do delete set? If we do, if you are directly deleting this node, if you are doing delete set, means you don't know the address, the parent of this node. So directly you cannot go to its parent. So into its left part, it will have an garbage value, means it will have and draw address. So you cannot directly do delete search. It does not mean delete. If you are doing delete search, it means tens left will point to now null. It will not be a null. It will have garbage address. It can point to anything. Okay. And Mank was asking, can we write suck is equal to null? He was asking, let's say if our successor is null, if our success, let's say it is this value, I can write successor is equal to null. So in that case, Mank, yes, we can write, let's say, but to answer your question, if I'm using, if I'm going to, if I'm deleting 10 here, so for 10, to answer Mank your question, so if I'm going to delete 10, for 10, in order successor is 13 here. Okay, because after 13 we are not having anything, means its left part is not having anything. So 13, we are going to write 13 here, and if we write 13 is equal to null, so will lost 15. Okay, Bank, I think you got your answer. If we write 13, if we write 13 is equal to null, will lose out 15. Okay, Shreya, I think you are also clear. Means we cannot directly delete this. Okay, to answer Smith's question, sir, as successor is leaf, so can we directly do delete, sir? Okay, Smith, thanks. Because yes, successor or predecessor does not means it will be a leaf node. Okay, so let's quickly run our function. Let's see whether we are getting the correct output or not. Let's see, I'm deleting 25 here. So 25 is being deleted. Let's print a statement here. Let's see where we have to write our statement. Okay, I should be writing here in the else part. I should be writing. Okay, I should be writing here. Although I can write here only. See out deleting the root data or data. Okay. Okay. We are getting deleting 25. Okay, I'll be using my slash n. Okay. Let's try to delete 10. So we'll getting for if I'm deleting 10, I'm getting deleting 10 and deleting 20, because why we are getting this both statement, although we are deleting 10 only, but we are getting deleting 20 because when it data will be matched, yes, we are printing deleting 10, and we are going to if its left and right is not null, so we are trying to fetch its in order successor, and we are saying into its roots data, we are writing successor data, as well as we have not deleted that root, and we are saying now delete that successor data. So successor data is having two times, so it is going to say it is going to delete that node, so that node will be deleted again. Okay, 20 has a child. Okay, do 20 has a child. Let's see how a node will be look like. Let's say it is 10 here, so 5 here, 5 will be added here, 20 will be added here. Yes, 20 is having a child, that is 25, that is its right side, and 30 is here. So if I'm deleting, let's see, if I'm deleting 10 here, so 20 will come here, so 20 will be coming here, and into its 20 is left, the address of 25 will be stored. Is it clear now? Is it clear with everyone why we are getting this deleting two times? Although we are deleting only one time, but where we have written our statement, we are getting that's why we are getting deleting two times. So let's comment it out for making any confusion. Let's see. Let's try to add one or two more data. Let's say I'm trying to add we add let's say 225. Say we add 100. We add 8. Okay. Let's see. Let's remove one or two more data. We remove, and let's say 8 here. Okay. The 10 and 8 is being deleted. Is it clear with everyone now? Or do I need to draw the tree again and I need to repeat the traverses again? Okay, I'm showing the code again. The code of delete BST. If anybody is having any problem with this code, you can ask me. Okay. Okay. One more thing is still left. What is the time complexities of this code? Means insertion and deletion in this BST. Sir, are there any kind of function in STL or we have to implement for what we are talking about? We are talking about the BST. For BST, you're not having any STL in the BST. Okay, STL has not provided us the BST. Okay. So I'm asking about what is the time complexity of these functions, insertion and deletion. Okay, big of log n and big of n in the worst case. Yes, you're right. Also, we can say that it is the height of our tree. But in the worst case, as we have talked about already in the skewed trees, it will be big of n. It can go up to the big of n. So in the worst case, we can will always say that it will be big of n.